Hey YouTube, it's Black, and today I'm here to show you something that I'm actually very happy to show you all, and it is the tentative build for my Archfiend deck for this format. Now that I've actually got my hands on some commanders, I was ready to sit down and buckle down and rebuild this deck, and this is the build I came up with. It's a lot more pure than the other one. Don't worry about the Dark Worlds, they're still in there, they're just in the side deck now. Not in this one though, because I haven't finished it yet. So you'll still have the ability to swap in between a pure build, a semi-pure build, and a crazy ass Dark World Archfiend hybrid if you feel a need to. But this build I came up with, it's a lot faster than I thought it would be. It gets out Emperor maybe 70% of the time in the duel, and you can normally finish the game with him. And it just allows for a lot more insane plays thanks to additions of cards like Stygian Street Patrol, Mass Chameleon, and Shapesister. So I'll explain why those cards help after I run through the deck real quick. So we still have our level 8 lineup of the 3 Archfiend Emperors and the 1 Empress. Now we add 2 Archfiend Commanders, with bumped up Archfiend Cavalry to 3, added a Stygian Street Patrol, 1 Mass Chameleon, 2 Trance Archfiends, 2 Tour Guides from the Underworld still. Even though this card's up to 3, I don't think you need more than 2, because this is not the focus of the deck. Bumped up Heirs to 3. Still got that Mind Control. Still got the 2 Dark World Dealings, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 MSTs, a Book of Moon, 2 Forbidden Lancers, 1 Falling Down, 3 Archfiend Palabrants, Bottomless, Torrential, 2 Archfiend Roars. This may get bumped up to 3. I'm still deciding on that. 1 Compulse, 2 Skill Drains, 2 Shapesisters, and 1 Call of Haunted. Extra deck consists of Scrap Dragon, Stardust Spark Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Paladin Zectron, probably my new favorite, level 6, Stygian Sergeants, Catastor, Crimson Blader, Sylvan Alise, the only rank 8 now. This probably will get replaced with Felgrand. I just wasn't thinking of Felgrand at the moment. But number 66, Master Key Beetle, Evil Swarm Thanatos, Silent Honors Arknight, Maestroke, Tempo, Zen Mains, and Fortune Tune. Starting off with the first obvious change, the addition of Archfiend Commander. Archfiend Commander was kind of necessary for the deck. I've heard people say that he makes the deck worse. I do think he makes the deck worse in multiple copies of 3, because there were a lot of times while I was testing this that I kept drawing into all 3 copies of Archfiend Commander. I have no idea why, and I couldn't do anything with them because I had no normal summonable monsters other than Archfiend Emperor, and those kept getting bottomless. So I don't think you need more than 2 for the deck. But I do think he's necessary because he does facilitate a lot of the extra plays this deck have by providing an instant pop for Archfiend Cavalry and an instant search for Eris, while having a huge monster on the field. Cavalry was bumped up to 3 because I needed more normal summonable level 4s since I took the Dark Worlds out, and he's just the strongest beater this deck has. Stygian Street Patrol. The name of the game for this new build was Synergy, and Street Patrol does that in spades. When for those of you who don't know, since this is kind of an older card, and for those of you who don't play Infernity, its effect is, when this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the level of the destroyed monster in the graveyard times 100. That's not the effect we're going for. We're going for the second one, which is you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Fiend type monster with 2,000 or less attack from your hand. Basically, he's going to act as a tutor for your Cavalries and your Erises and your Trance Archfiends. The most optimal play with this card, other than normal summoning it with Palabrant on the field, is going for Trance, discarding it with Trance, banishing it, special summoning Archfiend Cavalry, making Master Key Beetle, setting back row, and protecting that back row from there. Also, another play Street Patrol puts out is that if you're able to even dealings this card first turn, it puts Street Patrol in the graveyard. You can banish it to special summon Eris, then special summon Commander, pop Eris, summon Tour Guide, summon another Eris from the deck, make Fortune Tune or Zen Maze, and you have so basically you went maybe +2, +3 with off that 1 Street Patrol. I have tried this card in multiple copies. Multiple copies really sucks because when you don't have many discard outlets to get this card into the graveyard, or it gets bottomless, it just blows. It just blows all those plays away. For this build, I like one Mass Chameleon because most of the time I have Emperor in the field, and if most of you don't know and most people forget, Emperor locks you out of summoning anything but Fiends, so most of my level 8s are locked out. Street Patrol allows me to keep special summoning Fiends from my hand and securing field advantage from there. And Mass Chameleon, I really don't think I need to explain. He pulls out Cavalry or Eris going for an easy level 7, level 8, or rank 4 play. Trance, still amazing for the deck. Basically, he gets your Street Patrol back, any banished cards, and he fuels your graveyard with Archfiends to manipulate with Roar and other effects. Don't think you need more than 2 tour guides because this is not the focus of the deck. You're probably not going to be drawing into this card yet. I'm sorry, drawing into this card a lot, and this is your prime target for Veiler and Max C. And I don't like that, so I keep it at 2. Floater for the deck, run 3. This is law. Dark World Dealings over Duality. I like Duality as a searcher for the deck, but this deck does a lot of special summoning, and Dealings just speeds up that process, allowing me to put cards in the graveyard faster. So I can either Dealings and drop my Eris and get a play for next turn, or I can Dealings, put Street Patrol in the graveyard to get some really nasty plays set up. It just does a lot for the deck, and I really think this is the better card for the deck other than Duality. This is your dump Eris in the graveyard tool, or dump Street Patrol. 2 MSTs just to clear back row, basically Book of Moon staple, and 2 Forbidden Lances. I actually saw a video on YouTube of another guy who built an Archfiend deck. It was actually a pretty good deck. And the one thing he said is that the thing this deck loses the most to, and he was right, was this deck loses to back row, which sucks because when you summon Emperor and it gets bottomless and that was your only monster, the tears and the salt just start falling from your face. So Lance, just make sure you have that summon there, or you have that monster on field, and if you need to get over something with your 1500 Emperor, that's the card to do it. My opinion of Falling Down has kind of changed from previously. Yes, it can still get MST'd, but I like having another card like Mind Control, and I like your monsters better than mine. Plus, with Shapeshifter, it makes, and now that I have synchro options, I can just synchro with that monster after I attack to make sure they don't get it back. Labyrinth, I was so wrong about this card. Labyrinth is probably one of the best archetype field spells I've ever seen in my life. I am not kidding. For those of you who don't play Infernity as well, this replaces your Archfiends with bigger Archfiends. If you have a Cavalry on field and you normal summon an Emperor with the Labyrinth on field, you target Emperor, you banish the Cavalry, you special summon the Empress, and you just have 2 huge monsters on field for no apparent reason, and you can just keep special summoning and doing work from there. Why is this card so good? Oh my gosh, I don't know why. I'm sorry for getting a little overhyped there, but I just run 3. Pandemonium is a good card, I'm not gonna lie, but Pandemonium is actually kind of slow when compared to this card. This card gives the deck the speed it needs to do what you need to do, but you need to know how to play this card properly. Remember, when you're playing this card, you target the monster you're going to special summon off of. You're going to special summon the level of, and then you banish a second. I have done a lot of things where I've accidentally targeted level 4 and had to banish my Emperor. No, you target first and then you banish. Remember that. And yes, it has a restriction, so you can't go Labyrinth. Okay, I got a field full of level 8s. What are you going to do? So remember that as well. Archfiend's Roar, may bump this up to 3. It does a lot for the deck. Actually, it does a hell of a lot that I'm giving it credit for. I just wanted to test it out at 2 so I could have some space for some other things. This may get bumped up to 3. May just get added, and I'll run a 42 card deck. Because I can just bet these are Emperor food and allows me to pull back Archfiends for other plays. Skill Drain. Skill Drain's still in here, but I took out Warning. I took you guys' advice and took out Warning in this deck because I'm playing Skill Drain. But the one thing I will say about Skill Drain is that when you're playing Skill Drain in this deck, you have to commit to that Skill Drain. The moment you play that, you have to stop thinking about, okay, I'm going to start playing effects with that. So commit to that Skill Drain, plan your plays, and just go from there. Shapeshifter. Why do I keep calling it that? Shapeshifter. Okay. Shapeshifter. This is actually a tip I got from the stupid value book I got Archfiend Commander out of. And it had mentioned or had a picture of Shapeshifter in the book saying something. I didn't read it. But then I realized, hey, Shapesister's a fiend. I can special summon it when Emperor's on the field. I can banish it with Palabyrinth. Why not I try this out? Shapesister is a excellent addition to this deck. It allows for synchro options. If you don't want to banish your actual monsters, you can summon Shapesister, banish it with Palabyrinth to get bigger monsters out. And it just does a lot. When you mind control and falling down, you don't have to just exceed with your opponent's monsters. You can synchro with them now and just pull off a lot more from there. So I would recommend, if you want to try Archfiends, that you try this card out at 1. I'm playing it at 2 because I like multiple options for this card. And Call of the Haunted may get replaced with an Archfiend's Roar. I just wanted another outlet besides Roar when I run out of Roars. And just have a continuous trap to pull out monsters, like pull out an Emperor if I need it. So as you can see, the extra decks changed a bit. The level 8s are in here now because of Shapesister and Mask Chameleon. Easy with Mask Chameleon, easy with Shapesister, and probably my favorite level 6 Synchro now, because basically when it's Synchro summoned, it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and I take no damage. So if something goes wrong or something gets torrential, he'll stay, and I'll still have a monster on board. Stygian Sergeant's easy with Shapesister now because she's a Fiend type tuner, and you just make her with an Archfiend Heiress or a Tour Guide after you pull off some crazy Palabyrinth play. And basically with Palabyrinth on the field, he goes to 27, and if he destroys a monster by battle, he goes to 35, so he's just as strong as Emperor and pretty much capable of clearing anything off the board. Catastor, Shapesister, I'll say. I actually may replace this with Felgrand. I just wasn't thinking of Felgrand at the moment. I was really thinking of non-destructible spot removal, which LSA covers. Plus, if I call Archfiend Heiress and I call it right, he sends Heiress to the graveyard, activating Heiress's effect. And that's always good because it ensures me a search and something I have in my hand for the next turn. Master Key Beetle, absolutely wonderful for the deck. Easy to pull off with Stygian Street Patrol and Trance Archfiend, protecting your field spells and protecting your back row, ensuring you have plays for the next turn. Evil Swarm Thanatos, this is kind of my answer to Constellar Pallades if nothing gets bounced first. If you play this with Palabyrinth, it goes to 2850, allowing it to pretty much run over anything and stop it from being targeted by other monster effects. Everybody knows how awesome this card is. It's really easy to pull off in this deck, and I really think it's worth playing because this deck still has a awful matchup against Battling Boxers if you don't get the cards you need, and this is just a great way to get rid of Lead Yoke. Maestroke, because it's still one of the only rank 4 fiends. Same goes for Tempo, and these are just your Fortune Tune and Zen Mains are still your first turn choices if you have to exceed with Tour Guide and Heiress. Some of the things I was actually trying out, I put Horus back in the deck temporarily because I frequently lost my back row to either me picking off my opponent's cards or people just MSTing and wiping my back row. So Gorz is just there to have the insurance. He may actually just stay in the side for the artifact matchup, which I know is coming, because it's really easy for people to clear out my back row with artifacts, and it's just when they attack, look, it's Gorz. Vanity's Fiend, don't have to play it in the deck. This is something I was really trying out because I forgot that this card couldn't be special summoned. And I was like, hey, I'm going to play this with Palabyrinth. And no, I was so wrong. Dark End Dragon, easy to pull off with Shapesister. Wow, I cannot say that name. And just another card for easy non-destructible spot removal. Can't pull this card off in this deck. Really wish I could, because it is really good, but I can't make level 7s with a non-fiend type tuner. These are just rank 4s I was trying out. Exoton, if you can afford it, go ahead and play it. Allure, I took Allure out of the deck because I've had people chain Iron Wall to my Allure and then I lost my entire hand. I was like, that sucks. I'm just going to play Dealings instead. There's that third Roar. Breakthrough skill if you need extra negation along with Phoenix Chain. And the last Call of the Haunted. But yeah, that's about this deck. I really like it. I'm sorry, this is if I'm gushing too much over this deck, but this is probably one of my favorite decks for the format. And Commander really opened up a lot of options for me, and the Shapesister plays just, oh my gosh, you have to see these in action to get the gist of what I'm talking about. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this new build. I'm loving it so far. If you guys have any suggestions, and for those of you who gave me suggestions last time, thank you so much for it. I kept your insight in mind, and built this deck off of that. But as always, thank you all for watching. Stay black, and I will see you next time.